Hello everyone, this is Strong. Today's podcast is my own podcast actually. It's gonna be interviewing me based off questions you guys asked throughout my polls I've put out throughout the weeks and such. And we might not get through all of them, but I'm gonna get through the most I can, and maybe we'll do another one of just me answering questions you guys have, and we'll see how it goes. Let's go. Alright, first question, guys. Here says, why do you like to get deeply involved in the AJ community, and what do you like the most about it? So, I don't know, maybe it depends what you mean by deeply, but I do like getting myself involved by, doing collaborations a lot. You guys obviously know by now, I love to do, collabs, make it cool things like parties, collections. I just have a joy for that, I just like bringing excitement into the game and the community and create this, cool thing where, oh, wow, this is happening, stuff like that. And, that's what I mostly like about it. Just bringing joy, and to me, collections and opening them or new podcasts. It just brings excitement to me. So every week I'm just excited to see what you guys bring and stuff like that. Anyways, next question. So next question, what is your favorite part about being an Icy Sapphire? Well, I'll tell you guys a little story about the Icy Sapphires. So in the past, Icy did ask me to be part of Icy Sapphires. I declined at the time because I wanted to do my own thing, and I don't know, I wasn't, ready for that. But last December, Icy asked me again on my Jags, and I thought about it, because at that time I just left my other pack to do my own thing, but I wasn't sure about it. But then I was thinking about it, and I thought Icy Sapphires would be a good thing. And, so from December, I don't know if you guys saw my reel with me saying I joined or whatever. Once again, another thing I like to do to make excitement. I said that we were going to change the pack, make it better, make it more successful, and, make it much, friendlier and, all that stuff. Which it already was, but, make it better, a stronger foundation, which we have been doing that. And it shows. Just this month, we might be first place again. And we've been doing really good. And now we have our second pack, which is our other pack that if you can't run as much, we offer that to you guys. And that pack is in the leaderboard as well, top 20. Or it's above that too. So it's really good. We've been doing really well this year. We've been only going up, so I'm very proud of the pack. And my favorite part would have to do with the pack, would be just leading them and helping them out, I'm not much of a runner as I used to be because of my time issue, I'm very busy, so I barely have time for this, guys. Literally, I did this podcast today, so I have no time, but I make time. And yeah, pretty much just leading them, helping them out. Parties are definitely fun. And yeah. And seeing results, I think that's the main part. Once you see results, you have something to work forward to. And yeah, next question. So here it says, what have you got planned for the future? So as you guys know, I always have things coming and ideas coming. I'll just tell you guys a little bit inside scoop. So for Strongpod, I've been, trying to find more interesting jammers, I guess you can say, to be on the podcast. Because I don't want to be every podcast to be the same thing. Oh, why'd you join Animal Jam? Oh, why do you love doing this? What do you love so much about the game, Because it gets boring, I know that. Even though it might not for some, but for me, I guess it seems boring. So I like to change it up a little bit. And put more personal questions, but on jammers who have maybe more of interesting I don't know, view about things in a way. But yeah, I've been bringing more interesting people to, first, more interesting people brings more attention to the podcast, and a lot of people get interested in it, in different types of audience as well, in the Asian community. So yeah, that's what I've been doing with Strong Pod. I also been trying to do as you guys know, a lot, like earlier this summer we had a poll based off me making a trading den, and I did say I will make a trading den because you guys all said yes. We had like over 30 say yes, they really wanted that. So obviously you guys, I'm always in the works with things, and I am planning on hopefully opening that by the end of summer, and we have some surprises for that. But what I will say is that I'm trying to make a trading den more exciting, more fun, and cool. Like, for example, I'm planning to do maybe random drops throughout the week for people who are already in the den. I won't announce anything. Afterwards, I'll probably post pictures of me doing that. So, yeah. And I'm planning to do some like interviews in the den while people are trading and post it. So, it's cool. You guys can be on a post, and I interview what you guys think about the den and such. And I'm trying to make the den look a little nice, but I won't do too much because I know Matthew blocks and such can make the den glitchy, so I won't add too much of that. But yeah, I'm trying to make it cool, trying to get maybe my den in other den portals. Surprise, surprise. But yeah. Anyways, that's that. For Strong Point, you guys know we have the fancy collection, slowly posting the what do you call it? The den items the collection pieces we are opening. I think we'll be posting one soon, so stay tuned. Once we have all of them posted, then we will release a date that we'll release everything in the stores, and we're gonna have a party for that. We'll tell you guys soon about that. And for Strong Point, really the future for me is, I don't know if you guys saw, AJ Vogue and Strong Point is doing a collab. So you guys look at the reel and see what you guys think. I won't say much about that part. You guys will find out. That will be coming out soon as well. And in the future for Strong Point, I just hope to get more collabs and more cool collections and just make it cool. That's it. Just continue what we've been doing. We've been doing really good this year, so yeah. And for content creation, I'm planning to try to do more diverse posts, throughout the week. Like, I'm gonna bring back inspirational dance. I've been just so busy, I forget, but I'm bringing that back soon. And just do different diverse posts you see like jammers do, like, guess this jammer, or games in the post, like, guess this, or, stuff like that. It's, those things. I want to try to do more YouTube content as well, and try to post a little more on there, trying to get more known on there. I'm trying, but, it's not easy. And yeah, that's the future, definitely more in store, but, that's a big part of it right there. And we'll see where we go from there, Next question. Alright, so next question here says, why does the meerkat give the influencer look? So, as you guys know, my main animal is a meerkat. So, why does it give an influencer look? I guess that's a personal opinion, but to me, I actually agree with that, because, and it's not that it gives the influencer look, it just, I guess, to us humans, meerkat looks more like a human, right? Because it has a body similar to a human. You take off the tail, it looks almost like a human. It has a head, it has arms. It walks like us, from Animal Jam at least. And so it gives that look of like a person. So whenever you see a person, it looks more appealing to the eye, which would probably makes people think the meerkat looks better, or maybe more human-like, which giving the influencer look compared to, other animals like a turtle or Arctic wolf or something like that, where they're on 4 legs and it looks like an animal. So that's what I'm thinking. And on top of that, I wear clothes that are like human-like type of thing, instead of just wearing wings and stuff like that. So maybe that's why I look more like an influencer look. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that. Next question. What are your thoughts about Kat? Because I've been thinking a lot of things. So to this person who asked, I won't say who, but you know, I don't like giving personal opinions about people like that. But I will say recently they've been under some drama regarding things. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what it is. It's been very recent, actually, like the last few days. And I would say I don't agree with something she has said or agreed with. But I don't dislike her, nor will I distance myself like that, block her and stuff like that. She doesn't affect me personally, so I won't do anything like that. But I definitely don't agree with what she said or agreed with the other person about. So that I will say. But there's nothing else really to say, My opinion would be, if it doesn't affect you and it doesn't have to do with you, then just stay away from it, And don't judge them, Just move on and just, if you don't like them because of that, just ignore them or block them, If it doesn't have to do with you, don't make a big deal about it, It's not about you, And if it affects you, then block them, You can always block them and you don't have to talk to them. So simple as that. No need to bring more drama to it. Next question. How do you manage to find time to do your podcast? So I don't manage time. No, but yeah, I do. It's rough sometimes. It's why I took a huge break. Season 1 to season 2 was like almost a month. I would say a little bit like almost like a month. Because a week of that time I was on like a trip, so it was like that. But anyway, it was a nice month break to just rewind and not post as much. It definitely is good for you to not always be posting. At the end of the day, we do it for free, so just for fun, just take breaks. It's good to have breaks. And yeah, I have to. It's a lot, Definitely these podcasts with just me, it helps out because I don't have to be constantly getting people. Because I have to, after 1 week, when I post, right now, I post this podcast. Right now, I'm finding someone for the podcast. If not, I already have someone planned from the past that I already had lined up. But yeah, and then we have to do the voice messages. We have to record on my dad. I have to edit things. And then it's just a pain. The day I have to post, Spotify wants things certain way. So it takes me a little bit. But that's not even a big deal for me. Spotify, it posts like this. Literally 1 second it posts this. So I'm happy. YouTube is what frustrates me sometimes. It takes me 10 minutes to post. Bro, just post. But anyways, just I make time. Maybe at nighttime I do it, but I don't have time like that. That's why you see my parties are very late. If not, I miss it. But yeah, I don't know. I try to make time. I don't have much time, but I make time. Anyways, next question. What are some tips for newly inspiring content creators other than just unique content? Being unique. So yes, definitely unique is the way to go, When I first, actually I'll tell you guys a story about when I first joined or started. When I first started, I was very hungry for followers, as a lot of people are, and for the likes and, to be that big jammer. Obviously now not as much, but, before I was definitely into that. So when I first joined, I collabed with my friend. They actually helped me really much. They got me 300 or 400 the month. Crazy. But after that, I got in a big mess with people. And yeah, it definitely affected me. My following and such, which wasn't good. But my goal was to get a collab with the biggest people, the most people, through me giving all the prizes and big prizes away. At the time, I had more sapphires than I have now on rares. Now it's like, not trying to give too much. But yeah, I would go crazy. I would every month do a big giveaway with some big jammer or something like that to get the more followers. My point was trying to get 2,000 by a year. I was crazy like that. But yeah, I really wanted to be famous and get this gym ambassador role quick. But now that I know what I know, it's not about quick, it's not about, just collabing with everyone. Because, collabing, you get the followers, but there's no content, So that's when I went to try to get more unique content. So I started Den Post. I tried to get my own niche. Then Master Blocks, packs. And now I have definitely divided my stuff pretty well, I think, for one person. Like now I have a pack, Icy Sapphire, that run help with Icy. I post about them a lot. I have my brand thing group, Strong Point. We do Master Blocks and fashion. So that's definitely a lot right there. I have Strong Pod, which is a podcast every week. We do post. So that is definitely another thing. And I do on top of that other regular posts like Dan Inspiration and Post. Just Dan posts in general. And other little fun reels I do. So I definitely have a big variety. But if other than being unique, I would say try to be involved with your community. And what I mean by that is try to join the events. Try to always answer every comment, do parties, people like parties and you get to talk to people. I think the main part is making communications. And I think that's how I got so far where I am today. I make communications through people I met, and you might not know them. Just go in their DMs and just say, how are you doing? And slowly you'll get to know them. And once you get to know them, maybe you can do something with them, a post or a collab or something. Or, it's just if they say they get to know you and they like you, then that's another follow you have. Or that's another friend. And you guys can support each other, And I think once you get everyone's friend side, then you'll be looked at as like a good jammer, happy, and all that stuff. So that's my tips. Trying to get out of drama. Drama brings you down. Definitely, you get your haters, get you blocked, and it doesn't go well for you. And just try to make cool content, other than being unique. You could be traditional, but maybe try to make your content unique or make your font unique like me. I am in the skin tone, like, that type of colors, the browns. I try to go for that style, make myself look stand out. Like, whenever I post, you already know who I am, Stuff like that. Nothing much, That's all I can say. Next question, which will be our last question because we're like way past time right now. But yeah, what's next for AJ? And also, what do you think about all these hackers and scammers? So what's next for AJ? Obviously, AJ's been doing a lot lately. I'm hoping new beta or testing things come out then Cam. I really want that. That would help out so much with my recordings. You guys know I record about for collections and such a lot. And what's next for AJ? I really don't know what's next for AJ, but I'm guessing new animals, new dens, new stories with the panda. Looks like maybe truce, maybe, I don't know. With this October we'll find out. And maybe new adventures or something like that. I've really been wanting that. There's a lot of mysteries, really. The crystal, there's a few portals that we don't know what the hell that is. Sorry for my language. We don't know what that is, and we need to know what that is. Like, come on. And probably just new features, new den stuff. I don't know what's next, really. It's 9 new bundles that cost money. But we'll see what goes from there. And the other question was, what do you think about the hackers and scammers? Okay, so obviously I don't support hackers and scammers, and I don't think they're right. But for all you guys who, don't, to not get affected by them, it's very, easy. Just put your two-step verification. Make sure when scammers, most of the time scammers can be very prevented. It's really on us at the end of the day. Like, I'm looking back at most of the scams, and it's really our fault. Like, not to be rude, but it is our fault sometimes. Not all the time, but it is most their fault. Like, for example, someone's like, "Oh, I'll give you 100 sapphires if you buy something in my shop." You buy it. Oh my God, they scammed me. Okay, that's on you, buddy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing I can do. So it's some things that are like, I'm sorry it happened. It's not right of the person doing it, but at the end of the day, it was your fault. You should have been smarter. Hackers, you can't do much about their hackers other than, hoping animal-genetic security and doing our part, which is two-step verification. Make sure your password really, tight and, like, unique. And yeah, maybe if you want, change your password every month, and that can help out. That's all I can say. Obviously, I don't agree with them, and hopefully that gets better, because I remember I lost Strong in 2020 because of the breach. For a year, I lost him, and I finally got him back. So I have a spirit that has like a year of deadness that Strong doesn't have. And I was very sad that day I lost him, but I was super happy the day I got him. So I'm happy I got him back. But anyways, guys, we're super overtime right now. We're like crazy overtime right now. Like, this is way too long, but it's fine. Hope you guys enjoyed this, me yapping, and we'll see you guys next week for a new podcast. And maybe we'll do this again. Let me know. And bye.